Well, today with the Higgins firm, we're talking about a few interesting employment law cases to find out what's happening right now. Attorney Jim Higgins with the Higgins firm recently stopped by with the scoop. Jim, great to have you back.
Thank you.
All right, I know you guys have a big employment law section in your firm, so have you seen any new cases lately? What are you guys watching?
The hot list. Well, right now there's a few interesting cases out. One, there's been several cases by cheerleaders against NFL teams saying that they aren't getting paid minimum wage. And what it is just traditionally a lot of these NFL teams have paid their cheerleaders, $50 a game or $100 a week. And of course, most of these women, they try out, they compete, they really want to be on it. But I don't think there's been a lot of complaints. But after they get on it, according to these lawsuits, it's just a really time-consuming process. They have to go to practice. They have to go to events. They're told, what they can do and what they can't do. And so some cheerleaders in the Bengals, I think the Raiders, and a couple others have said, hey, if I'm going to do all this, at least pay me minimum wage.
For
sure. So that's one interesting case to see how that's going to go. And another minimum wage overtime case, Domino's, or I believe it was one of the big pizza chains, has been hit because they were paying all of their drivers just what we call a tip wage, which you only have to pay $2.13 an hour if they get tips. But the problem was they were having their drivers do all sorts of things, cleaning and making the pizzas and doing inventories, but they were still paying them only that $2.13 an hour. So that case is about to resolve, and it's going to be about, I think, $1.5 million or something like that. It's a significant case for the area it was in. Those are two big wage cases we'll see. And whenever there are those type of cases, they seem to spring similar cases. When we read about them in the paper, we get calls from local people that say, hey, that's happening to us, and we'll be pursuing similar things.
I was wondering that. Have you guys seen any cases here locally like that?
Yeah, we have, not the cheerleaders yet, but we have had several restaurant cases where people are paid this minimum wage, or $2.13 an hour, but they're doing all sorts of work, or they're having to share their tips with managers and owners, and they shouldn't. And that is a hard job to not get at least a full minimum wage or not get your overtime. So we've had a lot of those over the past year.
Yeah, and quickly, if someone feels like they have a similar claim, when should they call you? At what point?
Call us immediately. They don't always need us, but I tell you, I don't mind talking to people on the phone, or my employment lawyers don't mind it. And a lot of it is they just need to know, is this legal or is it not? And sometimes it may not seem right, but it may be legal. And it's just important to know where you stand.
All right, Jim, thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
The Higgins firm is serving Tennessee. Give them a call at 615-353-0930 or check out higginsfirm.com.